Hello world, Shelly here, and we are going to have some fun today because I have got the Emily Noel Makeup Revolution collab. This is the Wants palette. I also got the Needs palette, but really I wanted the Wants palette. Please forgive that I'm wearing the same clothes and face. I'm filming the Do You foundation review today, so you guys already saw that by the time you see this. But, you know, I wanted to get this done, and I'm on a tight schedule. This palette is awesome. The mirror is huge. The colors are just so right up my alley. The second I saw it, I was like, yep, ordering that one. I ordered it through the Makeup Revolution website. I was not impressed with the way they packaged it. I ordered this, the Wants palette, the Needs palette, and then one other palette, and they were wrapped in bubble wrap and shipped in a plastic bag, not a box. And so none of the shadows in my Emily palette are damaged, although this one looks like it's about to break, but several shadows in the third palette I ordered were broken. So I was not at all impressed. I wish I had checked to see that they had this at Ulta when it was launched. I didn't think they would, so I didn't even look. But anyway, we are going to play with it today, and I think I'm going to do a sort of burgundy and green look to go with what I am wearing. I love that all of the shades are named on the palette. It's not on that throwaway card. They are all named right here. So let's jump into this. I have already primed with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, and you guys, my Wayne Goss 03 brush is missing. I'm going to go in with the Wayne Goss number 16 and the shade Hobby. I'm going to use this as a transition shade and slightly above the crease. Next, I'm going to take my Sigma E25 and the shade Dues Paid. I'm going to run this in the crease lower than where I had Hobby, but just to give a little bit more depth. I'm going to take a flat shader brush from Real Techniques and the shade Side Hustle, and we're going to start on the outer corner. I don't know where I'm going to go with this. We'll find out in a minute. I'm going to take this a little higher than I normally would into the crease. Just on that outer third or so. I'm going to wipe off that brush, same brush into Heartbeat, and I just want a little bit of the center of the lid to have a little bit of a burgundy moment. I'm going to keep it pretty low on the center of the lid. And just blend Side Hustle a little bit over the edges of the burgundy. Same brush, wiping it off, I'm going to go into Eve Rose and use this for the inner third of the lid. I'm going to lay down some Pi Phi color with my Makeup Geek outer V brush, and I'm going to keep this over the green in the outer corner, but not as high and not as all the way to the edge. I just want to darken the outer corner for depth, but I don't want to lose the sort of halo edge of that green. Next, I'm taking a smaller tapered blending brush. This is the Wayne Goss 04, and just a tiny bit of that Pi Phi into the crease. Even smaller blending brush, the Wayne Goss 19. I'm just going to take a little bit of Hobby and blend the transition. The Good Vibes shade is getting lost, so I'm just going to tap a little bit in with my finger. I'm going to run a little bit of Prayer on the lower lash line. And with the pencil brush, just a little bit of Pi Phi on the outer third or so. and run a little bit of Apartment right up close to the lash line. I feel like layering the colors up made the greens get really, really muddy. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of side hustle back. It just all kind of muddied together into brown. I'm going to take Oh Heavens on the inner corner. Add some liner and mascara. I'll be right back. And here is the finished look. Okay, I lined my lower lash line with the Laura Geller Incredible Waterproof Gel Liner. This is in the shade Emerald City. My mascara is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. And I used on my lips, I've got a L'Oreal Color Riche Matte Liner here in the shade 110. And then my lipstick is the L'Oreal Color Riche Shine in 904 Varnished Rosewood. So that is how I finished off this eye look. What do I think so far? I'm a little disappointed. I've seen so many great reviews. You know, the things that Emily would have had input into, like the color story and the layout of the shadows, I'm in love with those. I love the color story of this palette. I love the layout. It is very intuitive. It was very easy for me to just random walk through the color story and come up with a look. For that, amazing. The shadows, you know, they had a bit of fallout, which is okay at this price point. This is so reasonably priced. But I feel like they tend to get muddy when you layer them up together. And some shadow formulas are just like that. If it's gonna get muddy, you know, then you just have to stick with looks where your colors are all very separate and very not overlapping. So I will continue to play with this. I used a ton of shades in here, and you know, maybe that's the problem. I think overall the look ended up turning out nice. I do think Emily's advice with the shimmers where you want to press and drag as opposed to pat them on is a very good piece of advice. They seem to work a lot better that way. I used all of these dry. Maybe they would be a little bit more impactful if they were wet, but overall I like it. I think it is absolutely worth the money. I just haven't fallen in love with it yet. I will continue to play with it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see more looks out of this palette. I would love to do more looks out of this palette. It is a wonderful color story. I love the color story for sure. There you have it, my first take at checking out the Emily Wants palette from Makeup Revolution. If you would like to see more looks or if you enjoyed this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.